OCM, Michelle CM, Schatchet, Son and Snap. Hello, my friends and relatives. My ancestral name is Schatchet. My mother is Clemuistanat, Dorian Lane. She was the cook here for quite some time, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably missing her cooking. My father, his name is Schatchet. I received my name when I was 2 years old, and it was handed down to us through our respected elder, the late Grandma Vi Hilbert, who was a linguist of the Lushootseed language, and as far as our cultures go, I call our culture an original culture. We're all place-based, from where your names come from, your family lineage. That goes down throughout the generations. My grandfather, the late Swaloose, Vernon Lane, was a very inspirational person for me. I wish I got to know and understand him a little bit more. Especially being so young, it wasn't. I wish I got what he was trying to say to me earlier. Excuse me. My grandmother, Snina, her ancestral name was Snina, Nancy Lane. My great-grandparents were Felix and Dora Solomon, which is Witatlam and Snina. So the family names go down throughout history. On my father's side, my grandmother was Wasimia, Vivian George, who was from Tulalip. My great-grandpa was Patios Isidore Tom, who was originally from Snoqualmie. And my father's biological father was Joe Johnson, and he was originally from Saanich, South Vancouver Island. So my family tree has a wide array of ancestors from all different places throughout the Salish Sea. And Saanich on Vancouver Island all the way to Snoqualmie. You can imagine, just like your family tree was spread out all over. All of ours are like that. And I'm in my senior year here at the Northern Sydney College, and my research proposal for my capstone was today's colonialism within our ancient inherent birthrights. And to further research that, it's such a broad topic. And they were trying to get me to narrow my topic down, which I had no way of going that way. It has to be that way. For me, it's got to be that way. But there are many practices and ceremonies among our indigenous communities. Cultural protocol was our law, a law of sacredness. And the ancestors that branched off my family tree your genealogy will I don't like to call it a hierarchy, or somebody that's better than somebody else. But the relationship that we had to the lands, we call it our relations, and the inherent rights that go along with them create this cultural framework, which I like to call a treaty paradigm. And you look up paradigms, and you can find all different kinds of paradigms that hold bodies of knowledge to your environment and to your surroundings. You look at a treaty paradigm, it's not a treaty between indigenous tribes and the federal government, the state government, or anything like that. It's not that kind of treaty. It's a treaty of humanity and to their relations to Mother Earth, which is nothing but respect. We respect the lands, we respect the waters. We're a fishing community. We just had the salmon ceremony, which is an inherent right that we call the spirituality of it. It needs that connectedness. It needs to be there. If you don't have that spiritual relationship to your lands, it could just run away, and next thing you know, what are we supposed to do? Are we too far gone? How important our origin stories that go throughout history are all place-based. We are survivors of the flood. We are, I'm having a brain fart. I kind of get off topic a lot of times, and you get me going, and I won't stop. I won't stop. And my girlfriend always tells me, yeah, okay. But there are many tribes like the Lummi Nation who have always used the laws of the land, the cultural and spiritual connections with it, just as it has been throughout history. And today's colonialism is our inherent rights need those lawful protections to culturally protect our sacred religions and our traditions, our shilling and our way of life. These lands are essential to the knowledge. We are the original stewards of the land. We're environmentalists, tree huggers. It goes on and on. And it's one thing to look at the written word and to see. I found this word, and I had no idea it existed, but it's called Gnosticism, and it's the ability to attain knowledge without reading it. So that sounds like to me it's an oral religion or an oral tradition passed down from generation to generation, and to see that it's something you have to feel, and it is that spiritual connection you get that feeling inside of you, and it can't be ignored. It can't be erased, just as our traditions are. And it's hard to look at what our country has become through presidency, through laws and policies, treaties, legislation. But our goal is ultimately the same. We're looking for that sustainability, that relationality, and it's become so political, but the accountability is absent, and I believe when we stick together and we stand up, we should be able to make that change, to ultimately see a treaty paradigm in its true essence. And being in the NSL program and reading all this guy's books, I get brainwashed, and it's awesome. I love it. My brother's a council member, and we were out crabbing, and I didn't know you read so much. I must have been talking his ear off for about half hour straight. But Vine Deloria, I remember him when I was younger. He was a very good, dear friend of my grandpa Vernon, and he was with them through the Bolt decision, and living. Whenever I'm out on the water, I don't consider it work. Being out there, it just feels natural, and water rights, and land rights have always been the centerpiece to all of our challenges, and I believe it's up to us to keep passing down this knowledge that we gain. Don't be shy from it. Don't hide from it. Treat it with the utmost respect that the lands deserve. It's been great. I love this college. It's turned me around quite a bit. So I'd like to thank all the committee members for putting this on. I'd like to thank the Northwest Indian College for opening their doors for us to have this. The Vine Deloria Symposium is needed everywhere, I believe. Our environments are sacred to us, and everything within it, I believe, has a purpose. And so with that, I'd just like to say hi, Scott. Thank you.